Welcome, Jordon.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good, thank you. We'll go ahead and get started. So if anyone has any questions, please raise your hand and we'll call on you. Let's start with Eric at 24/7 Sports.
Jordon, I wonder if you've given any consideration to the possibility of coming back in 2021 and what that decision will be for you.
No, it's not really a decision for me. After this is my last game of working.
Okay, we'll go to Jerry Thompson with DucksIllustrating.
Trying to. Yes, Jordon, against USC and now Iowa State, Oregon will be considered the underdogs. Do you think that helped you against USC, just knowing that? I know you try to give 100% every game anyway, but does that give you a little more of an edge?
Well, we were an underdog in the SC game, but I feel like we had an edge before that. Before that Monday when we found out we were going to the Pac-12 championship, we all made a commitment to each other that regardless of the underdog, whatever, we're playing for each other now. Like, it's bigger than just winning the game. We want to play for each other and we want to swarm to the ball as a defense and have fun making plays with my brothers.
Let's go to James with the Oregonian.
Jordon, did you get what you wanted out of this year? I realize between it being a short season and some teams being more run heavy, some being more pass heavy and the like, it's a limited sample, but did you get what you wanted out of this 6-7 game season?
Yeah, my goal is obviously to win the Pac-12 championship, and we got the opportunity to do that, and we did. So minus any individual goals that I didn't achieve, I'm just happy that we still won the Pac-12 and we got an opportunity to play in the New Year's Six Bowl. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go back to Eric with 24/7 Sports.
Jordon, a lot of people pointed to that Oregon State loss as a turning point for this defense. I wonder if you can speak to kind of why that was. And I know that they pointed to conversations the team had. What kind of conversations really kind of turned the table for you guys?
You said after the Oregon State loss?
Correct. Yeah.
Like I said, man, I feel like early in the season we weren't playing for each other. And once we took that Oregon State loss, obviously we lost to Cal that next week, but in terms of defense, we all came together, and that game against Cal really showed all of us, and we proved to ourselves that we can be a great defense. So I feel like the loss to Oregon State was obviously terrible. Never want to lose to those guys, but they beat us, they deserved it, and we moved on and continue to grow through it and from it. And now we got opportunity to play in the Fiesta Bowl.
Let's go to Zachary at the Iowa State Daily.
Yes, hi, Jordon. What's one thing you've seen on film of watching this Iowa State offense? When you look at Breece Hall and Brock Purdy, the way they run, how important is it more so this week than any other week to really control the line of scrimmage?
Well, we know this team wants to be physical. They have a great running back, Breece Hall. I seen earlier in the season he was up for a Heisman talk, so I know they probably want to try to run the ball on us, especially from our past games that we gave more than we should have rushing yards. But I feel like, we need to lock in on us, focus on us and what we need to do to get the job done. Knock back at the line of scrimmage, setting the edges and game tackling.
Let's go to Jerry Smith.
Jordon, kind of a two-part question for you here. Going back to spring ball, you were a much larger guy. You lost a ton of weight. What prompted you to reconfigure your body to lose that weight? And then the other part of that is, how have you benefited from that? How are you different now? What are you able to do that you weren't before?
I think the thing that motivated me the most is pretty much every coach, every every person who watches me play, and a couple of scouts told me that they would like to see me lose about 10 to 15 pounds, see what that would do for my game. I think the biggest thing that helped me with this year is definitely stamina. I don't feel as tired on the field as I used to. So if it's one thing I can definitely tell you that changes my stamina.
Let's go to James with the Oregonian.
Jordan, just how big a difference is this from 1 week to the next in terms of game prep from a USC team that was, I believe, almost entirely 10 personnel and didn't run much at all to a 13 personnel team that has the nation's leading rusher? That's short of the triple option. That's about as polar opposite as it gets, I would imagine, especially for a nose tackle like yourself.
I think the biggest difference is, the mindset of the game. We know that they want to run the ball. SC, we knew they wanted to throw the ball. So it's all about knowing the team you're playing, knowing the opponent, and doing your job when the time comes.
Do we have some more questions? Jordon, if I could ask you, obviously in a very difficult and challenging season like no other, what is the biggest takeaway for you just individually and as a member of the Oregon team? I mean, what is the biggest lesson you've learned from all of it?
I say this season showed me that never stop having fun with football because it's still a game. I know many times, us athletes can take it too serious because it's our life and we want to make a living off it, and that's what we want to do. But at the same time, you can never take the game for granted and look at it as just that. It's more than that. You play since you were 6, and when you're playing as a little kid, you weren't worried about no money, you weren't worried about notoriety, nothing. You just having fun with your friends. So I think this season showed me that the biggest thing about football going forward for me is going to continue to have fun. Obviously, you got to take it serious when it's time to, but just remember that it's a game.
Let's go back to James with the Oregonian.
Jordan, since this is your last game and it's the first one that families would be able to attend, will your family be making the trip out to Arizona for this one? And if not, how tough has that been that they haven't been able to see you play your senior season?
So my mom and dad can't make it, but my granddad and my uncle and his son are going to come out from Cali. So I think it'll be fun. Obviously, it's been a tough season. No fans, no family. Holidays, no friends, no family. It's been tough, but I'm happy that the Fiesta Bowl is allowing us to see our family and allowing them to come. So I'm excited about that.
Zachary with the Iowa State Daily.
Yeah, Jordan, can you kind of put into words just how crazy these last 3 weeks have been to go from being a COVID replacement in the Pac-12 championship game, you beat USC, and now you're playing a top 10 opponent in Iowa State in a giant bowl game, a New Year's Six game. Can you just kind of just describe the up and down emotions of these last 3 weeks?
Yeah, so I'll just start with the Washington week of practice. We were preparing, and then they said that we weren't going to play them, and automatically we were all, like, the whole team was worried about how that affects the Pac-12 implications. Obviously, while we were practicing that next Monday, we got the call that we were going to be in the game. So emotions went from low to extremely excited. Obviously, we wish we could have played Washington just for the game purposes and all of that, but we couldn't. And we got into the Pac-12 and we showed everybody around the country, not only in the Pac-12, that when Oregon plays at their place to the Oregon standard, nobody can play with us. So I'm just happy that all the hard work behind the scenes that the fans and the media don't see, like, game planning for Washington, and then literally the same day we changed and start game planning for Iowa State. So not Iowa State, USC. So I think that everybody being locked in on the team and that experience is definitely going to help us in this game.
James?
Yeah, Jordan, you were pretty jacked up after the Rose Bowl last year, after a week of hearing about Wisconsin and Jonathan Taylor and how you guys did. If you're able to do that again, how in your last game, just how excited do you think you'll be on Saturday night?
Man, I think we got a lot of respect for this team and what they want to do. But like I said in the beginning, it's all about us, specifically up front, D-line, D-ends, and our studs, just setting edges and getting off blocks and knocking back front of attack. So I'm excited for this opportunity. I'm happy that they want to run the ball, and we're looking forward to it. We come out on top, you'll see me. I'm sure you'll see me in some videos on Twitter. Loud.
Do we have some more questions? Jordon, maybe you could talk about, this is the 50th anniversary of the Fiesta Bowl, and what does that mean to the team to be able to be a part of that bowl history?
To me, I've been watching football for a long time, and the Fiesta Bowl has always been special just because, the PlayStation, the bowl has always taken care of the players so well, and I watched the Oregon Ducks play in the Fiesta Bowl in the past, so I feel like it was a great opportunity for us, and I'm very excited to get into the Fiesta Bowl. All of us have turned up about the PlayStations, so I'm happy that we got into a New Year's Six Bowl, and we're excited to go play.
Any more questions? Okay, well, Jordon, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you. For the media, that will conclude the Oregon Defensive Media Day.